Well, good evening. I'm back with David Azizi from the law offices of David Azizi, and we're here to discuss something that happened recently that a lot of people in Los Angeles and the state of California heard, and it was very unfortunate news that a FedEx truck collided with a school tour bus that was headed to the northern part of California, and unfortunately there were deaths and there were a lot of injuries for sure, and they're still doing research on exactly what happened, but there was someone that was at fault for sure because there was a collision that was dead on face to face, the tour bus and the FedEx truck. So David, in these types of cases, I know it's unfortunate that there are deaths, there will be funerals to pay for, there will be all kinds of expenses as far as medical bills with the children who are going to hospitals. How does that process work? If someone has a child that has hundreds of thousands of dollars of medical bills, how does it work with someone if they hire a lawyer or hire someone to help them through this case?
Well, first off, as just a side comment, my condolences go out to the mothers and fathers of those children who passed away as a result of this accident, as well as the other adult individuals whose were loved ones for other family members that lost their life. It's really tragic to lose a life, especially a child life. As a parent, who am as a parent as well, when I heard the news, I mean, it just gives me chills. It's just like you send your kids out. It's supposed to be a special moment. They're going up for a school event, and for this to happen, and for the parents to deal with the loss of their child, and like you said, having to come back. A lot of the parents, they're hardworking people. Some of them are both parents are working to make ends meet, and I've heard that some of them, at this point in time, it's just like they're doing fundraisers and things of that nature to be able to save enough money for funerals and burials and things like that, or the parents have to take out some savings or life savings to pay for that stuff. So that's very tragic. As far as answering your answer with all these medical bills and things of that nature, those are all costs and expenses that are absolutely recoverable. In filing a lawsuit, there's two aspects of it, particularly with wrongful death lawsuits. There's the wrongful death lawsuit, and there is the survival action. So, for example, some of these people may have been taken to the hospital for medical care. I don't think anybody did because they perished as a result. But some of the other people, if there are any that were taken to the hospital and unfortunately due to the severe injuries that they had sustained as a result of the accident weren't able to survive, well, their estate is now responsible for those medical costs, medical expenses. Also, some of the people that survived and did have severe injuries, again, like you said, they have high, enormous amount of medical costs that are recoverable. A lot of them, what happens is they're faced with the hospital sending them a bill saying, hey, you got to pay these bills. We understand it was tragic, but we provide medical care. And in these type of cases, a lot of times you have to wait until the lawsuit is over, till it's proven who's at fault. Like you said, there's some stories about the fact that this truck was on fire beforehand, and they're thinking that the driver had passed out because of the fume. But again, like you said, hopefully all that stuff will be determined once lawsuits are filed and you're able to investigate, send out people, do look at the trucks and investigate as to what the cause of this accident was. There's accident investigation experts that go to the scene and can somewhat reenact the evidence. There's truck experts that can take a look at the truck, both trucks, and find out as to, for example, why the other FedEx truck malfunctioned. Was there a fire beforehand or not? I heard that because of the damage to both vehicles, it's very difficult. But I think in the long run they will find out. But as far as getting back to the medicals, sometimes people say, look, I don't have the money. Then they're going to send me to collection. What do I do? There are companies out there who would come in and pay those medical bills. Obviously, they charge a little bit of a fee because they're paying it so that you as a parent don't go into collection for the child or for your child's medical expenses, and then they get a smart percentage or interest rate for paying out this money so you don't go, and then that's also part of your damages because you present it to the defense. They're saying, look, but for this guy's negligence, they would have never had to incur all these medical bills. and they didn't have the income or the resources to pay a huge $100,000-$200,000 medical bill, so they had to resort to another person, such as this company, to pay for that particular expense, and as a result, they incurred interest that they have to pay, or they have to incur a premium to pay this particular medical facility that is paying for these medical costs.
Absolutely, and that's very valuable information, especially for someone who has to go through this. It's difficult enough when money is not an issue, but unfortunately, money often becomes an issue. So if you have any more questions related to this case or any personal injury case, please feel free to contact the law offices of David Azizi. The phone number will be above in the YouTube video as well as below in the information. Thank you for your time, David.
Thank you.